Welcome, folks, to another edition of the DCHL Feature Game. Today we have the White Walkers going against Puck University. It's going to be, as I say in the business, a barn burner. Two very, very fun and maybe a little bit aggressive team on one side going at it so far. White Walkers, your fourth season, is that right, Matt?
I believe four seasons.
4 seasons. Already have one championship under the belt and one runner-up. Very tough loss last season, the finals to the Untouchables in the shootout. And a low seed as well too. So what do you have to do this season to repeat or get back that throne that you lost to the Untouchables?
Yeah. So the main thing is we just got to play with intensity every week. That's really important, whether you're playing really competitive or you're playing recreational or whatever you want to say. So it's more, we all have more fun also when we play competitive. So it's tough, injuries, summer, people go on break, but we just got to play with intensity and passing is the key also.
As you mentioned out there, obviously, it's a rec league, people miss games. You guys were the 7th seed last season. The LA Kings, so to speak, out there almost made it and won the cup again. So being a low seed really doesn't matter in this case, but it's playing a team game. Now, what would you say is White Walker hockey?
White Walker hockey is everyone hustling the entire game and back checking. That's White Walker hockey, and that's how you get goals. So we found that when a few people try to dominate individually, we don't win. There are gaps in defense. So I always tell everyone to back check, centers have to back check, and just hustle. Play aggressively too, that always helps.
Okay, well, good luck out there today. Going against Puck University here, play-by-play coming up very shortly here. Matt Goldstein from the White Walkers, captain of the White Walkers. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
And good luck as well too. Take care. All right, here with Paul Steins, star player of Puck University, getting ready for his game against the White Walkers. Paul, did you play last playoff, that tough loss that White Walkers actually put on you last season in a shootout? I think it was a shootout overtime loss in the playoff. Were you there?
Yes,
you were there.
Yeah, I was.
Obviously, very tough loss. You were the higher seed, they were the lower seed in this case. What do you have to do? You guys always seem to struggle against the White Walkers. What do you have to do to get over the top against this team?
We're just going to have to play together as a team. I think we're going to have to play smart. We're going to have to play pretty aggressive. They have a pretty solid team. They have depth. They have everything going for them. And they also have a really good goaltender. So we're going to have to find ways to score against him. I hope we can do that. So.
Excellent point. Now you mentioned Joe Sharko and Nets for the White Walkers. Sean Forsman playing D for the White Walkers.
Yeah.
That's a very tough combo to go against. What's your game plan? How do you beat those guys? What's the you dump and chase? Is it speed, counter rush? How do you beat these guys?
They're pretty fast, so I'm gonna have to run through them essentially. But hopefully we'll do some passing and we'll make them bite and fake, and hopefully we'll capitalize on their mistakes rather than going in and being too aggressive and coughing up the puck. So.
Gotcha. Well, good luck out there.
All right, thanks.
Nice MCTV 10 shirt on as well too. And we'll see you here with the play-by-play very shortly of the White Walkers of Puck University. Don't go away.
Thank you, Suds, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the opening puck drop of this feature game between the White Walkers in white and Puck University in brown. I'm your play-by-play man, Jason Stitcha. Pro division matchup here between two very, very skilled teams. White Walkers, the DCHL Pro champions from 2 seasons ago, almost repeated at the end of last season, but the Untouchables able to win that championship game matchup. So the White Walkers looking to reclaim what they feel is rightfully theirs after a disappointing end to last season, but still a long way to go until they can contend for that. We're still in the middle of the regular season. So playoffs are but a dream right now. Matt Goldstein does not win the faceoff, initially kept in by Sean Fassbinder. Paul Stein shot and is able to find the back of the net. Joe Sharko made the initial save. The rebound came right to Paul's stick and he was able to tap it in for the goal. Quick little rush there by Puck University, and it results in the first goal of the game and a goal in their favor. You saw the speed there of Paul Steins, able to create a chance for himself there. That play began in the neutral zone and ended up in the back of the net. Boris Senatorov has it stolen from him. Ryan trying to play it up the boards, doesn't succeed. And in fact, on the second effort does Barb's able to get out of the zone. Not enough for an icing. Sean Fazbinder with control here. Emily Summers, his defensive partner. But it goes up to Joel Horde, and he holds up for a moment, then dumps it for Boris. Boris tries to find Joel in the slot, but it went at his feet. Barb's able to chip it out. Sean knocks it down for a moment. Joe trying to get there, but has to run around Kevin Shea, our head referee. Quick shots. Jason Maxstein able to swing it around. And in particular, quick shot that's saved by Joe Sharko. Got to watch this battle, folks, between Boris Senatorov and Jason Maxstein. Jason Maxstein, the defensive player there, who just hit the puck up the boards. Boris, the player trying to poke check Ryan there. Both players get a little chippy from time to time. And the referees, I think, certainly will be on the lookout between play involving those two. Jason hits it down. It's going to go for an icing, looks like. Emily couldn't get a handle on it. And indeed, it will be an icing, so we will have a face-off all the way back in Puck U's defensive zone. Jason Stelter in net for Puck U. Joe Sharko in net for the White Walkers, as previously mentioned. Paul Steins and Matt Goldstein meet face-to-face in the circle. One to the side by nobody in particular. Goldstein jams up to Brett. Brett Broisel, shot attempt, but it doesn't get through traffic. Chip down to Paul. Paul tries to swing it to Nikki. Nothing doing there. It's going to go all the way out of the zone. Emily Summers. Nice low pass to Brett. Brett Broisel pressuring into the zone. Held up by Paul, though. Comes out of the zone. Matt Goldstein moving once again. Shot! Wide of the net. It's going to go off the backboards, and Jason Stelter not taking any chances. Going to cover it up for the whistle. Some spectators up here, ladies and gentlemen, in the stands, including Brett Boisel's twin brother. I had to do a double take and make sure that Brett was not playing in this game due to injury. But he does, in fact, have a twin brother who is supporting him in the stands, or maybe rooting against him. I'm not sure if there's any sibling rivalry there. But a nod of the head indicates to me, at least, that he is supportive. Pass back to Matt Goldstein. Quick shot saved by Jason Stelter. It's going to go back out to Paul Steins. He's looking for his second goal of the game already, but he was held up by Matt. Emily dumps it deep. Couple White Walkers players coming off for a line change. Marty Vance up the boards for Paul Steins. Emily misses on the post check. Paul couldn't pull the shot toward the net. That one will go on net. Jeff Commonson, not just once, but twice pulling the trigger, but Sharko's able to make both saves and cover it up for the whistle. Nine minutes and 40 seconds and counting in the first period. We do have a running clock here in the DCHL, except in very specific circumstances. That one's going to go on goal and under Sharko. A quick bang-bang play off the face-off, and that'll give Puck University a 2-0 lead. I believe Jason Maxstein is credited with that goal from Paul. You will see the official stats up on your screen now. Hat tip there to the DCHL production crew. Low and slow shot by Boris that is covered up by Stelter. We'll have an offensive zone draw in favor of the White Walkers once everyone gets settled. Play in the corner. Joel Horde trying to come away with it, but nice stick lift by Paul Steins. Paul moving the other way. Shot from a tough angle, saved by Sharko there. Boris Senatorov gets it around by Barb. He chooses to hold up behind the net once again, jams it up the far boards to Joel Horde. Comes back, Puck U can't touch it. Not occurring an offside infraction. Shot goes wide. In the corner now, Boris pinching, trying to keep it in play. Goes behind the net, Jason Maxstein with some time and space to work with. Shifts up for Paul. Paul Steins once again deep in the offensive zone. Not a breakaway there though. His angle got cut off as he had to run it down. It was well ahead of him. Shot saved by Stelter. He doesn't know where it is, but his defense was able to help him out. Boris has to hold up and allow the White Walkers a chance to touch up. Maxstein to Paul again. Julie Sullivan ships it in the zone. Jessica Nayrod will stop it. Tries to clear it out. And out of the zone it comes. Jason Maxstein pressuring now. Pulls the trigger again. Goes off the boards. Sean Fassbinder dumps it deep. And doesn't look like it's going to go for icing here. Referee's waving it off, I believe, due to a deflection. Brett Boisel stops it in his own zone. Has a lot of space to work with. Less space now as Joe chose to put the pressure on him. And Joe gets it in the zone. He's got a bit of a chance if he can get there in time. Sharko with the save. Shipped out. Ryan has to hold up. His team wasn't yet back on side. Ships it around the opposing player. Brett's going to get there first. Choosing to take it behind his own net. He has Sierra Olbert with him, but oh, quick shot and another goal. Good keep by the White Walkers. They put the shot on net, rebound came, and they were able to tap it past Joe Sharko again. 3-0 now in favor of Puck U. Looks like Puck University is taking a timeout here, or the White Walkers rather. Yes, the White Walkers, 3 goals here against them in the first period. They need to regroup, and so they have chosen to take a timeout in order to do so. .6:37 to go in the first. Clock will resume rolling at the drop. Still plenty of hockey to play, folks. White Walkers far from being out of it here. They have the playmakers on offense and defense for that matter that are able to score quick and continuous goals, but being in a 3-0 hole here late in the first can't be good. Can't be a good feeling for them. Brett in the zone. Pulls the trigger. It's blocked by Marty Vance before it even gets to Jason Stelter. Joe now pressuring. Good back checking there by Brett. Brittany couldn't get it out of the zone. Matt Goldstein having difficulty as well. Finally able to move with it. Gets it up to his teammate. Pass back to him, but it was behind his feet. And now Puck University trying to take it the other way. Emily Summers with control. Jams it all the way up the boards. No icing here. Waved off by referee Kevin Shea. Marty Vance in the neutral zone. It's picked off, but the White Walkers can't advance until Matt gets back on side. He does. Nice stick work there, but it was poked aside again by Marty. Quick shots. Blocked by Nikki. Sari couldn't keep it on side, so White Walkers have to retreat and regroup. Quick shot by Sari. Stelter able to make the save. Brittany couldn't keep it in play. Paul Steins moving with it. Was held up. Not enough for an interference, so good job by the White Walkers there. Quick shots, but right into the chest of Jason Stelter. The rebound came out, but no one was there to pick it up for the White Walkers. And offside is the call, so we'll have a stoppage of play and a draw right below us. Boris and Paul in the face-off dot for their respective teams. Comes out to neutral. Sean Fassbinder working with it now. Couldn't make anything happen as the Puck UD was able to hold it up. Icing is the call, though, so White Walkers get another crack at it once the drop occurs. Everyone taking their time here, no rush, as it's only the first period. 4 minutes to go in this period, 3-0 in favor of Puck U. Boris and Ryan now in the face-off dot for their teams. Ryan wins it back to Paul. Paul will jam it back for Jess Kalmanson. Jess Kalmanson to Jess Snayrod. Now is the play, but Puck University not able to get out of the zone. They are there, however. Ryan with the nice play. Tried to center it for Paul, but Sean Fassbinder reads the play and takes it in the other direction. Quick shot held up by Jason Maxtein's stick, forcing it wide. Play stuck in the corner. It finally comes around to Boris. Boris trying to center it for Sierra, but she couldn't get a handle on it as it went about shoulder level for her. Boris' shot goes wide. Brings around the corner again. Boris is in front as well. A little collision between him and Jason Maxtein. And as I mentioned, folks, things getting a little chippy between those two. Maxtein with a bit of a forearm shove there. Not enough for a penalty, but enough to let Boris know that he is there and he will not be messed with. Stelter with the save. And another draw between Boris and Ryan will occur shortly. One to Sari. She puts the shot on goal. Saved by Jason Stelter again. Maxtein tried to get up to Paul in the neutral zone, but it was poked away from him by Sari. Boris. Another shot, but this one wide of the net. Batted down by Paul. Gets it to Barb. Barb puts the shot on net. Saved by Sharko. Fassbinder will pick up the rebound and crosses center ice. Nice speed by Sean. Nicer play by Nikki. Sean maintains possession, puts the shot on net, but Stelter was there in the proper position and was able to cover it up for the whistle. Under 2 minutes to play here. Puck University enjoying a 3-0 lead. White Walkers looking to change the momentum in their favor and come away with a late first period goal here off the draw. But they do not win it. Goes to Barb. She tries to jam it up. Kept in by Emily. Matt couldn't pull the trigger there. He does in that instance, but doesn't get through traffic. Ooh, nice back checking there. Play was kept in the zone for another moment. Now it comes back out. Shot and a goal, and that was going to be credited to Joe. Another bang-bang play. And Puck University are the ones scoring the late first period goal. They are now up 4-0. I believe Barb will be credited with the assist there. And the official call will be on your screen. White Walkers won that face-off. Emily jammed it forward. Quick play, shot, saved by Stelter with the blocker. He had to actually hit it twice out of the air. Marty Vance trying frantically to clear it out of the zone. Some physicality between those two. Referee's letting it go. Joe gets out of the zone, tries to push even deeper with it, but Brett Boiselle is able to cut off the angle. Emily bats it down. Having difficulty getting it by Barb. She's finally able to chip it out. Quick shot by the White Walkers. Wide is the result, though. Loose. And I think Jason Stelter is a little upset. It might be a goal against him. He was yelling that the referees didn't see it go in. It'll be interesting to see what Kevin Shea and Tom Van Haren decide here. Tom Van Haren was the low ref. He had the angle to see if it crossed the red line. Stelter continuing to argue that the puck did not cross the red line. And no goal is the result. Tom Van Haren could not definitively say if it was in the back of the net or not. It appeared it might have been on the red line, but on is not good enough, folks. and we'll head into the second period of play with a 4-0 Puck U lead. We're now going to throw it down to Suds. He's going to have a player interview with one of these two teams. And when we come back, more exciting DCHL action between the White Walkers and Puck U. See you then.
All right, here with Jason McAtee of Puck University. Wow, first period. I can't believe the score is 4-0 in favor of Puck U. Not that you guys can't score goals, but the tough White Walkers team up there. What have you done in this first period, the first 50 minutes, to get a big lead like this?
Just make sure our passes, they've been really close to getting our passes out the zone, but we're making sure we're getting out and getting it. We've got a lot of breaks, odd man breaks, breakaways, that kind of thing, and really just taking advantage of our opportunities. We haven't had that many more shots than they've had, so that's really what it comes down to.
I know they're going to be pretty angry, they're going to be pretty motivated here. Second and third period, what do you do to stop that freight train that's going to come your way in the next two periods?
Well, first, just stay calm, make sure that we don't get mad when they get into our faces and get rough and physical, which we know is going to happen. And just keep doing what we're doing. Make sure our outlet passes get out the zone and get behind their D, because their D is looking to come up. So if we can get behind them when they're looking to come up, that's going to result in more odd man breaks.
Thank you just for joining us. Appreciate it. Good luck rest of the game out there.
Thank you.
And we'll go upstairs to Jason Sticker here for the play-by-play of period number 2. But before we go there, here are the stats for the first period of action. And then, up to Jason. We'll see you back here, second period of mission.
Thank you, Suds, for that player interview. We now return to DCHL Pro Division action between the White Walkers in white and Puck University in brown. I'm your play-by-play man, Jason Stitcha. A controversial no goal at the end of the first period. Puck was ruled as being on the red line, but play was stopped and the referees conferred to make sure. My spectators in the stands swore it was in, but we are not Toronto. We cannot overturn things the referees say, so the call does stand as 0-4. Shot that goes high. Jason Stelter, though, able to glove it. So we will have a draw here. It looks like it's actually going to come to the near side boards. White Walkers looking to find the back of the net this game. As I mentioned, they were close at the end of last period. But Tom Van Haren, the low referee, ruling that he couldn't definitively say if it crossed the red line or not. So the no-goal call stands. In neutral zone, Boris Senatorov trying to take it. Couldn't do so. Marty Vance hits it out. Red Boiselle dumps it deep. No icing here. Play will continue uninterrupted. Marty Vance around, hits it all the way down, no icing. Brett Boiselle and Joe battling for control of the ball. Brett comes away with it. Tries to chip it up, it's kept in for a moment, but it's out now. Marty, some time and space to work with. Chooses to ring it up the boards. Boris isn't able to keep it in. He has to hold up and allow his team a chance to regroup. He does. Stands up for Brittany. But Paul Stein's now taking it in the other direction. Quick shot, saved by Sharko. Comes out to the slot where Boris will pick it up and take it the other way. Quick shot, high and wide is the result. Another one, that one goes off the post. The play in the corner there. Now high slot, Emily with the shot. couldn't pull the trigger in time, actually. Marty holding up her attempts. Brittany going against Nikki. Marty finally rings it out. Will this go for icing? It doesn't look like it. Sean Fassbinder across the center, pulls the trigger, shot and save again by Jason Stelter. Nikki didn't have much time to work with. She rattles it up the board, still in the zone for the White Walkers. Quick shot, oh, saved by Stelter. I believe that hit his shoulder. Another quick shot, and that one will find the back of the net. Good job by the White Walkers in crashing. And they're now on the board. Still a long way to go, but still a long way to go to the end of the game too, so it all probably will wash out. Face-off win by Ryan. He drops it back for Maxstein. Maxstein tried to swing up the boards, couldn't do so. Jammed around. Plays stalled in the neutral zone. Joe's able to get it into the White Walkers D zone, but Sean Fassbinder has a lot of time and space to work with. Jams it by Sari's head and goes off the boards to Matt. Matt couldn't make anything happen. It's going to come back out. Play still in the zone. And finally, the Puck University able to get it out, not without some difficulty. Maxstein's swipe is unsuccessful. Chance, shots, and that one goes wide of the net. Quality chance for the White Walkers to get a quick second goal. But that one does not succeed, nor does that. Jason Maxstein now with control. Moving with it. Tried to jam it up for Barb. She's going to win the race and negate the icing. Good play by her. Barb up the boards for her teammate. Jess is not able to keep it in play. So Matt Goldstein has some time and space to look for the right play. He gets it up to Sierra. Sierra tried to jam it forward. Does so. Shot by Joel Horde, but Stelter with the blocker is able to make the save. Play continues to be stalled in that corner. Morris comes away with it. He's got Sierra wide open. He gets it to her shot, but she didn't get enough on the blade of her stick. Still in the zone, though, for the White Walkers. Morris tried to backhand it towards the net. Couldn't do so. Joel Horde lost control of it, tried the wraparound, but couldn't get there. Terry keeps it in. The White Walkers now with some more sustained offensive zone time. Stelter with the cover, and the White Walkers will have an offensive zone draw. 9.5 left in the second period, folks. 1-4 game in favor of Puck University. Puck U won the faceoff, couldn't move with it though. And I believe the play was offside. So we will get a drop right below us. Jason Maxstein was trying to argue for it to be an intentional offside, which would have forced it all the way back in the White Walkers defensive zone, but he does not get his wish. Paul Steins, nice stick work there, tried to center it for Ryan, but Boris read the play and is able to pick it off. Pass to Julie Sullivan. She puts the shot towards the net, but it goes wide. Joel Horde holds up, takes his time, tried to pull it and shoot it toward the net, but didn't get through traffic. Quick shot by Ryan, no goal. Paul Steins has it in the corner, looking for Soen to pass it to. Ended up passing it out of the zone, no one was there for it. Mickey tried to get back to Maxstein, but he wasn't able to settle it down. Play in the Puck U defensive zone now. Paul's able to chip it out quickly. Maxstein with the quick poke, but Brett's able to recover. And no, Maxstein able to swing it aside again, but Emily is there to settle it and then get it to her teammate. Nice stick work, shot and a goal! And what a play by Stepas. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. I am not sure what his first name is. But you can call him the man that scored the second White Walkers goal of the game. Jacob is his name, I heard the referee say. Now a 4-2 game. And a little less of a mountain to climb for the White Walkers. And Lake ships out, goes high in the sky. Matt touches it first, so no hand pass there. Play comes back to the White Walker zone. Sharko's gonna stop it and then cover it up for the whistle. Emily thought about taking it around, but Sharko must have said something to her that allowed her to hold up and let him do what he needed to do. Matt Goldstein crosses center. Gets it to the sideboard for Jacob. Jacob, quick shot, hit the post, it sounded like. Jacob tried to center it for Matt. Nothing doing there. Matt Goldstein jams it behind the net for Jacob again. Some physicality between Matt and Paul. Matt has a chance at it. Backhand shot, but Stelter is able to make the save. Another shot, Marty Vance, is able to make the block. He shifts it out and tries to chip out of his zone. Emily kept it in for a moment. It's out now, though. White Walkers finding some life here in the second. They had 4 goals dropped on them in the first. They're looking on dropping 4 here in the second. And they're doing a good job of pressuring in the offensive zone, forcing Puck University to ice it, as they have done a couple times already. Unlike the NHL, folks, in the DCHL, you can change your line if your team commits an icing infraction. So sometimes it's a good idea to ice, especially when you spend a minute and a half, 2 minutes, or more in your own zone. Good poke by Marty up to Paul. Paul Steins, though, had it stolen from him by Sean Fassbinder, taken the other way. Boris has to hold up, shifts it around. Joel trying to help him out, nothing doing there. Quick shot by Paul from the pink line, but it goes high and wide and settles behind the nets. Barb has control now. Put it up. Marty shot, saved by Sharko. Goes into the corner. And Jessica Nera not able to keep it in. Brittany will advance it forward. Chips it, intended for Joel, but not enough mustard on it, and it's going to be turned over and taken the other way by Puck U. Oh, turned over to Joel that time. Uncharacteristic play by Paul there. He normally doesn't turn over so egregiously, but sometimes things happen. Puck U appears to be able to get out of their zone, however, so no harm, no foul. Sean Fassbinder with a bit of time and space. Ryan's behind him, but only providing nominal pressure there. Barb dumps it deep. Ryan's trying to run it down. Sean on his tail. Sean's able to gain possession and hold up. Jams it off the backboard. Sari runs to it. Good play by her. Gets it up to Joel, but it goes behind him. Scanerod able to dump it down. Paul wasn't yet back on side. He's coming off for a line change. He appears a little gassed, so. Boris attempted play, but a nice swipe by Jason Maxstein there to break it up. And offside is the call. It was a shot on net, but wasn't ruled as intentional, so the draw will stay in the neutral zone instead of going all the way back in Puck U's defensive zone. Face off. Played around. Up the boards. Maxstein couldn't poke it away. He backs off for a moment. It's coming out now of the zone. Quick play. And Sean Fassbinder, with 2:38 to go, will handle the ball behind his own nets. Jams it up for Sari. And Matt Goldstein tried to pass to Jacob. It was well in front of him, though. He couldn't put a shot on the net. He still has control. Nice stick work by him. Shot. Sierra could not make contact with the ball. It's still in the zone. White Walkers continuing to put the pressure on Puck U in this second period. Maxstein dumps it deep, runs after it, gets his own puck back. Play continues in the corner, wheeled around now. Joe had a goal earlier in the first, but he couldn't make anything happen there. Stolen from him, taken the other way by Sean Fassbinder. Shot! Saved by Stelter. Is it still loose? It was almost loose, but Stelter was able to cover it up. It looks like someone's going to be called for something. And no, I think Jason Maxstein wanted a penalty against Sean, but the referee's not obliging. There's still 5-on-5 play here with 1:15 to go. Pass to Julie, or attempted pass, but it was blocked before it got to her. Matt Goldstein still with possession, jabs it toward the front of the net, goes by everybody. Julie Sullivan, backhand attempt. It's at Stelter's feet, and he's able to cover it up for the whistle once more. 50 seconds and counting left in the second. We will get another face-off here. This time between Matt Goldstein and Ryan. Matt wins it back, but Brett wasn't able to keep it in play. Brett couldn't touch it without incurring an offside infraction. Marty Vance with control. Paul Steins pulls the trigger. Goes wide, though. Gets by everybody, in fact. It's in the corner. Emily Summers pinching in, trying to get out of the zone. Julie Sullivan able to get it out. She tried to move forward, but it's too far ahead of her. 5 seconds. Matt Goldstein pulls the trigger. Gets a shot on net, but not a goal as Stelter's able to steer it aside. And that'll do it, folks, for the second period of play. Score heading into the third is 4-2 in favor of Puck U, but the White Walkers finding some offensive momentum, finding some life in them, which is funny if you consider where their name comes from. Game of Thrones, in case you didn't know. We're going to throw it down to Suds for another player interview, and we will return with more DCHL action in a bit. See you then.
All right, here with Joel Hoare of the White Walkers. Joel, what a difference a period makes. You guys were down 4-0 in the first period. You got 2 goals back. The game turned around completely in the second period. What turned things around for you in the second period?
I really clamped down on defense in the second period. We started keeping the ball deep in their zone. Jacob made a couple of really nice plays. Joe Sharko turned it on. He's playing like he always does. We got about 10 minutes left. We got a great shot. We got it this one.
Great, and what if you do get the actual game tied? Is there one particular player or one particular style to go after to get the score for you?
Always look for Sean Fassbinder. You can always get a goal from the outside. You always look out for him.
Well, great, I'll get back to play the game here. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you momentarily.
All right, thanks.
Thank you, Suds, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the third and final period of action between the White Walkers in white and Puck University in brown. I'm your play-by-play man, Jason Stitcha. Score is currently 4-2 in favor of Puck University, but White Walkers scoring 2 unanswered goals in the second to narrow the deficit that they face. Joel Ward with the shots, but it goes wide of the net. Chance for an early goal there, and another chance rather, but it's loose. It's still loose. Brett keeps it in. Shot again, but Marty Vance able to block it before it gets back to Jason Stelter. And Stelter himself had a couple of good saves there to keep this a 2-goal game. Descanera, nice pass up to Paul Steins. Paul to Ryan. Ryan has it along the board. Able to drop it back to Paul. Paul to the far boards, but taken by Joel Horde. Good play by Barb. Gets up to Ryan. It went off his heel, so he couldn't find it in time. Play goes the other way. Now Julie Sullivan with the chance. Shot, but saved by Stelter. There's Canarod with a little time and space to work with. No more, though, as Julie was able to block her pass attempt only for a moment, though. All the way down it goes. Sean Fassbinder now with time. Pass up to Joel. His shot was blocked by Jess's stick. Jason Maxty now with control. White Walker's not providing really any pressure. Julie comes in. Oh, and blocks it. It goes on net. Stelter's able to cover it up, but almost a hard-stopping play for Puck University. And you gotta love the pressure there by Julie. At first she backed off, but then decided to take a chance, and it almost worked out for the White Walkers. Play in the corner. Brittany with the pressure there against Nikki. Matt Goldstein has possession now. Looking for a pass. He doesn't find one, so he rattles it behind the net for Jacob. Jacob and Jason Maxstein battling for control there. Pass back to Matt. Matt Goldstein. Thought about passing it up the point to Sean. Couldn't do so. Passes it behind for Brittany. Brittany and Nikki once again doing battle. Oh, nice pass by Brittany up to Goldstein, but he couldn't settle it down and pull the trigger in time. Sean's able to keep it in play. Nice move. Shots wide of the net. Jacob couldn't get the rebound off the backboards. Batted down by Matt. Shots saved by Jason Stelter again. Shots by Jacob, but that one goes wide. And a frantic couple seconds there for Puck U, and they're not out of the woods yet. Pass all the way down to Sean. Pulls the trigger. Shot off the backboards. And still in the zone. Good keep by Sari. She gets it to Jacob. Shot saved by Stelter again. He is standing on his head right now, folks. A lot of chances for the White Walkers. Another one there, but it doesn't get through traffic. And finally, at long last, Puck University able to clear the zone, but they can't retreat yet, or they can't sigh yet, because White Walkers came right back at them. Plays now in the White Walkers defensive zone. Paul gets it to Ryan, but swing and a miss on the shot attempt. Ryan with control, or rather Paul with control in the corner there. Puts the shot on, goes wide. Tried to fake out Sharko, couldn't do so. Sharko makes the stop. Down it goes, and Matt couldn't make anything happen there. Good play by Marty Vance. Cleared all the way down, intended for Sierra, and no icing here as Marty was able to touch it before it crossed the red line. Sierra's still off, now she's good. And indeed, the White Walkers able to advance in the zone. Attempted pass for Jacob, a good stop by Marty. He read the play perfectly there. Jacob with a chance. Shot, oh, good block again by Marty. He has been key on a couple chances, not just this period, but last period as well. Making some timely blocks that would have resulted in quality, high percentage chances for the White Walkers. Matt is forced to dump it deep. Jacob takes it around. He's got Sierra at the faceoff dot, but he chooses to hold up instead. Gets it to Sierra now, but she ran out of space. Jacob forced to dump it along the far boards. Matt's all alone, however. Pulls the trigger. Shot saved with the glove. by Stelter, and ooh, Sean couldn't settle it down, so play comes out. Jerry gets to the Sean. Oh, long shot. It's going to go for an icing as it came well behind center. Sean thought he could nail the net from here. He did it in an earlier game in X Division. Scored a goal from about that same distance, but this time it's a little off target and enough for an icing. Because it is a 2-goal game, folks, speaking of icing, if Puck University ices the ball, it will be a delay of game penalty against them. That is a special rule we have here in the DCHL. If you have a 2-goal lead or more, you are not allowed to ice it in the third period of play. Otherwise, you'll be short for 2 minutes. High in the sky goes. Sharko thought about loving it, but it went too far behind him. So he couldn't even reach back that far. Barb tries to swing it there. Sierra tries to get it to Joel. She does so, but Joel couldn't settle it down, so he had to dump it deep. Around it goes. Sierra couldn't keep it in play. It comes back out to neutral and indeed back into the White Walkers defensive zone. Brett Boiselle will get there first. Emily will switch with him. And Brett able to get it back to Joel. One-touch pass intended for Boris, but just a smidge ahead of him, so Boris could not make anything happen. Joel gets by Jess Nayrod, is able to have possession. Pulls the trigger from the faceoff dot, but it goes wide of the net. Past the center from Sierra, though. It does not connect with the intended recipient in Joel Horde. Play stuck in the corner. Both teams battling frantically for control. Joel tried to pull the trigger from the tough angle, couldn't do so, and this will go for icing. And as I mentioned, folks, can't do that if you're up by 2 or more goals, so Puck University will be shorthanded for the next 2 minutes. Looks like Jason Maxstein is the offender there. So he will take a 2-minute water and towel break to think about his actions. Meanwhile, the White Walkers have a prime opportunity to score a goal and narrow the deficit to 1. And Puck University, since they are shorthanded, are able to ice it legally now, and they do so there. Sean Fassbinder gets it to Joel. Quick shot, but it is blocked by Nikki. Gets by Sean Fassbinder. He has to run it down. He does. Gets it to Sarah. He goes off her stick. And Nikki decoy. Brings it down all the way. Good forechecking by Barb there, but she backs off at the last second. Sean Fassbinder has some room to work with, and he chooses to get it up to Joel Horde along the far boards. Joel plays around Nikki. Good job by Nikki in cutting off his angle. He tries to get to Sean Fassbinder. Barb with a nice play there. Shot by Sarah. He goes wide. Julie Sullivan gets it up to Joel. Nice poke by Joel. Good keep by Sean. He gets to this area. She's got a wide open chance. Shot! Oh, almost tipped in by Boris. But still, play continues uninterrupted. Boris swings it to Joel. It's in the sky. And Ryan's able to ice it down. Looks like the White Walkers are getting a quick line change. Matt Goldstein and Jacob are coming on in place of Joel and Boris. Barb able to chip it out of the zone nicely. Sharko stops it for Sari. Sari with some time. Picks her play and chooses to get it to Sean. Time ticking down here on the Puck U penalty. And they have successfully killed it. Jess Callinson dumps it down. Jacob tried to make a move around Nikki, did so, but also pushed it ahead of himself, so that play broken up. Ryan keeps it in the zone. Quick shot, goes wide. Play in the corner. corner. Now up the boards, a quick shot by Paul, but doesn't get through traffic. It's in the corner once again. And now Sean Fassbinder with control, carries it, chips it forward for Jacob. Jacob, though, couldn't get by Maxstein. And out of the zone it comes. Jess with a chance here, but good back checking by Matt. Matt Goldstein able to break up that rush. Maxstein clears it out. Ryan tries to chip it around Sean, nothing doing. Sean's able to come away with it, buy himself some space. Julie to Matt. Matt back to Julie. She's got to run it down though. Paul gets there before she does, and he's able to bring it right back to Ryan. Matt Goldstein moving forward with it. Gets by everybody. Nice pass to Jacob. Jacob, centering pass intended for Matt, but it was behind him. And now Ryan able to pull it forward and turn the rest the other way. Quick shot by Paul, saved by Sharko. Sean Fassbinder tried to chip it past Jess. Succeeded on the second attempt, but on the first, he was able to block it aside. Comes back into the zone. Sean all the way up to Matt. Matt Goldstein mishandles the puck. Goes to Brittany. She tries to put the shot on net. Has another crack at it, but doesn't get enough on it, so goes to the corner. Paul Steins holds up at center. Dumps it deep. Rattles around. No icing as he dumped it at the center line, so play continues uninterrupted. Played up to Matt Goldstein again. He tries to get by Jess Nayrod. Doesn't get by her, but succeeds in at least getting it the puck past her. And Jess able to get it out of the zone quickly. 2:30 and counting in the period. White Walkers have 2 goals to go to tie this game. 3 to potentially win it, but Maxstein and Fassbinder collide. Incidental contact is the ruling by the referee, so does not look like any penalty will be assessed here, but we will have an offensive zone draw for the White Walkers due to the cover by Jason Stelter. Now under 2 to play. White Walkers still down by 2 goals. They win it back to Joel Horde. Barb with the pressure there. Boris Senatorov gives it back to Joel. Joel tried to chip it toward the net, but it went wide of it. It's in the corner now. Still in the corner, Brittany and Nikki battling very furiously for it. Brett shot from the point. Joel tried to chip it in off the deflection by Puck U. Emily's able to keep it in. She chips it forward, intended for Boris. Emily tries to keep it in, does so for a moment. It's out now. Ryan's trying to run it down, but Brett is able to get there before he does. Nice play by Brett. Gets it up to Joel. Quick shot. It's deflected. It goes high. Boris. Quick pass up to Brett. He's tied up by Joe. And another icing call, and the clock will stop here. The clock will stop due to the icing infraction by Puck University. If you take a penalty, folks, in the final minute of play, then the clock will stop. Had there not been a penalty call, then the clock would have continued to roll as it is a 2-goal or more game, but instead, time will be halted and Puck University will be shorthanded again. And in fact, it doesn't look like, yes, it does. I beg your pardon. 54 seconds for White Walkers to score 2 goals and tie it. Paul killing time behind the net there, and indeed is able to ice it down. White Walkers have pulled Joe Sharko from the net, so they have a 6-on-4 advantage here. Let's see if they can capitalize. It's played by Joel. Barb's able to take advantage and dump it deep. He's going to take it behind the net. Tries to wrap around. Good job by Emily, though, in cutting off her angle. And Barb, content to just stay in that corner. Not really do anything with it, except kill time. Maxstein with a chance, but He instead gets it to center, which is good enough to kill time. 8 seconds left. Quick shot. Or rather wide it went. And with 3 seconds and 2 and 1, that'll do it, folks, for this feature game broadcast. Puck University able to beat the White Walkers by a tally of 4-2. White Walkers scored all 4 of their goals in the first period, were scoreless through the next 2, but in the end their defense and in particular their goaltender were able to keep any more goals from falling in after the 2 that went in the second. Handshakes all around. Wins, losses, ties, these things are important. But what's more important, folks, is good sportsmanship, and we see it every day here in the DCHL at the conclusion of every matchup. That'll do it for my broadcasting efforts, folks. We're going to send it down to Suds for a player of the game interview. Again, I've been your play-by-play man, Jason Stitcha. The final score, Puck University 4, White Walkers 2. See you later.
All right, here with the player of the game, this feature game today, Ryan from Puck University. Good job, Ryan. Congratulations. 2 goals and an assist. You guys can jump to an early lead, hung off with your life, won 4-2. What was the difference in the first period that got you over the hump and got the goals you needed to hold on to win this game?
I don't know. We were finally just getting pucks on net. We haven't really done that in the past, and then we actually got a lead, which is new to us. And then we held on. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously Puck University this year, sort of transition year, but you still have most of your players back as well too. You don't have a great record, but you played everybody very, very tough. Either ties or losses by 1 goal. It's DCHL motivation. You can have in the playoffs as well too. What do you have to do to get up one notch higher to have playoff success this season?
I think we just got to show up. We've had,
Okay, good point. Good point.
We've had some, no, not in the entire roster playing, and when we have everyone there and we, get some time together, we're a much better team. So that's all we got to do. We just got to work on that.
There you go. So there you Paul, Ryan here, his friend Paul, sitting him twice as well too. So 2 goals and assists, player of the game, Ryan H from Puck University. Thank you for joining us in this edition of DCHL Feature Game. Your final score today, Puck University 4, and the White Walkers 2. We'll see you next time.